Good morning, this is Marcel Fischbacher, and I'm at a field here at Eder at the North Plains Groundwater District Experiment Station. And we're looking at the cotton crop this year. We have two different cotton fields, one that's a drip system like this one is, and the other one that is more traditionally irrigated with a sprinkler. As we look at the cotton crop, this is a cotton crop where we're starting to see some different blooms on these plants, but we would like to see every plant blooming and flowering. This here is a good example, and this plant has a couple blooms and some others coming, is very good. But as we go to the plants beside it, we're seeing very little, but it's progressing pretty good. We should be in full bloom at this time of the season, and so this field here looks like it will probably go to harvest. And we have several fields that we walk through them, and we have a whole group of plants that is maybe only 10% of them starting to flower. Those that just are about 10% or less flowering, there's a very slim chance that they will even have harvestable acres this year. So what these here has to happen, as we look at this plant, especially this good plant here, and we see all the nice squares on the top that are building on the plant, and we like that about it, but we need to take these blooms and they need to move on to where they are turning into bowls. And so as we look down here, we do find a small bowl on the plant, which is very optimistic. But typically at this time of year, we would like to already have, instead of one or two of these bowls that we can see on the plant, here's another bowl, we would like to see 10, 12 bowls already. So we are behind even on this plant. That there's a pretty adequate plant though, and a very acceptable plant for this year. As we talk about our water needs on this plant, we have gotten really hot and dry, and I was comparing this year's first week in August to last year's. Last year, the first week in August, our average temperature was for our highs was about 86 degrees. In 22, we had a very hot June, but followed by a more mild end of July, 1st of August, and then we had a warm and long fall to finish the cotton crop. This year we started out with very few heat units, a very cold and wet May, June. We lost a lot of our population out here from the early, and then now that we're getting into August and blooming, we're having the extra hot conditions. It's been 99 to 100 for an average high temperature for the last week or 10 days. The cotton plant, everybody thinks it needs a lot of heat, but there's not an advantage over 90 degrees. And in fact, there's actually some disadvantages when it gets up to being 99, 100, because of the evapotranspiration we're going to leave from the different leaves. In the heat of the day, the leaves will protect themselves by making their cells slow down their process, so they will actually have less evapotranspiration into the air, and that will actually slow the plant down a little bit on its rate of photosynthesis. So as we look through this year and we think about our water use of this plant, right now it's needing a lot of water. One, to combat the high temperatures, and two, to go ahead and put on as many flowers and as many bowls as possible.